Good morning, evaluators and scientists of BARC. The team Transworkers of Modern Institute of Technology and Research Center is presenting the video prototype stage for problem statement PC85. The problem title was laser-based vibration sensor operated through mobile. First of all, we will understand the theory and principle, then we will simulate the result in further part. In our prototype, we are taking the triangulation scheme as the oblique incident rather than normal incident for getting maximum sensitivity. The laser diode, vibrated target and position sensitivity detector forming the triangle. Light incident on the target and reflected back to PSD. And the output of the PSD is obtained on the two anodes. Then output of both anodes are amplified and addition and subtraction is performed. The addition and subtraction output is divided by the divisor IC and output of divisor IC goes to the Raspberry Pi, which will calculate the FFT as by using the NumPy of Python. We are developing an app in Flutter. The sampling frequency is decided by the user. The number of samples and maximum frequency range is given by the user through our app through the communication of the Bluetooth. On app, we will receive the FFT dominant frequency. The equation used for the vibration is Schimpf-Lang equation and the algorithm used for FFT is Danielson-Langkos or Cooley-Tukey algorithm. Here is our block diagram of sensor part. This is our block diagram of prototype. The resources used are SCPy library of the Python and the relation for the target displacement is given by the formula. The sampling frequency is taken at 2000 Hz. The number of samples taken at 2048. We are using the Proteus software and NI Multisim for simulation of the hardware. Python 3.7 for calculating the FFT. We are developing an app in Flutter and the Jupyter notebook for running the Python. Good evening everyone. Moving toward the simulation part of our prototype, we are using National Instrument Multisim software for the circuit designing. Here, from the library, we add the component and add them in the design space and interconnect them to make the hardware prototype circuit. We are using the position sensitivity detector 1L5SP in which increment value is 0.25 and 0.005 is radiant energy in watt per centimeter square. The 12 volt supply is connecting to the cathode of the position sensitivity detector to make it reverse bias. There are two anodes on which we obtain the output. Now run the circuit and click the simulation start. We will obtain the output of the two anodes in such a way that it is equivalent to the vibration of the target. We are moving the slider which gives the spot of the light at different position and this spot of light is varied according to the variation of the target. Since there is no mechanical target, so we are moving manually by displacing the slider and observing that two anodes are giving the two displacement output. It is our complete hardware sensor part circuit with signal conditioning circuits. It is our position sensitivity detector. It is our LM324 trans impedance amplifier. The output of the two anode current of the position sensitivity detector is converted into voltage with the help of LM324 trans impedance amplifier circuits. The output of LM324 circuit is designated as B and A. These B and A are added by LM741 adder circuit and subtracted by LM741 subtractor circuit. The output of adder and subtractor, which is designed by the LM741 op-amp IC, goes to the AD734 divider IC. Divider IC will perform the B minus A upon B plus A. Now we will start the simulation and observe the output. In the simulation, we are changing the slider position which is equivalent to the spotlight deviation, and this spotlight deviation is directly proportional to the vibration of the target. As we are changing the slider position, we are observing that on the CRO the output of two anode current is changing and the output of the adder and subtractor circuit is also changing. So this slider position is directly proportional to the vibration of the target, and the vibration of the target changes, then the output on the CRO is changes. So we have observed that the output is changing according to the slider position changing, and slider position changing is directly proportional to the vibration of the target. Since there is no mechanical target here, so we are changing the slider position which is equivalent to the vibration of the target, and we are observing the output on the CRO in such a way. Now let's look. We also simulate our circuit in Proteus software, in which position sensitivity detector is replaced by voltage controlled current source. Hence, there are two anode currents, so we take two current sources in which input voltage is equivalent to the vibration of the target. The output of both anode current goes to the transimpedance amplifier circuit, which is designed by LM741 IC, which convert current into voltage. The output of both transimpedance amplifier circuit goes to the adder circuit and subtractor circuit, which is designed by the LM741 IC. The output of LM741, both adder and subtractor circuit, goes to the divider circuit, which is designed by AD7341 IC. The output of AD734 goes to the finally amplifier circuit, which is designed by LM741. Then output of final amplifier stage goes to the analog pin of the Arduino. Then the Arduino will calculate the FFT of the signal and transfer to the app by the Bluetooth HC05 IC. In our simulation in the Proteus software, we will observe the output of the adder, subtractor and the AD734 IC. Now let's see how Arduino will compute the FFT of the vibration of the signal. Here, vibration of the signal is taken as a audio file, which is equivalent to the vibration of the target. The output of the audio file goes to the analog pin A1 of Arduino. Then Arduino will compute the FFT with the help of the code, and it is based on the window technique. The Arduino FFT library will calculate the FFT and dominant frequency of the vibration. Then the computed FFT will transfer to the nearby device with the help of the Bluetooth. We are using the Bluetooth HC05, in which COM port is COM1 and another Bluetooth device which have COM2. For pairing of the Bluetooth device, we will use a virtual COM port COM1 and COM2, which are paired, as vibration of the target goes to the analog pin of the Arduino, that is A1, and it is read by the analog read function by the Arduino. Then we will calculate the FFT of the Arduino with the help of this code. Start the simulation. First we play the audio file, then we will start the simulation and we observe the output on the CRO of the vibration of the audio signal, and Arduino is computing the FFT of the signal, which is transferred to the another terminal with the help of Bluetooth, as we are observing that the Bluetooth data is transmitting and receiving. So we are calculating the FFT and dominant frequency, which is shown on the virtual terminal. So let's start the simulation. We play a audio file and start the simulation. Here we are observing that signal amplitude is going on and the FFT is calculated this virtual terminal, and it is transferred to the nearby Bluetooth device, which is shown on this virtual terminal. Now we will compute the FFT of the vibration of the target, which is using the Python 3, which will run on the Raspberry Pi on the hardware target side. Now we are using the NumPy as an NP, matplotlib.pyplot as PLT, library of the Python, then SCI Pi package and FFT package of the Python. Then we run it, control enter, it will execute, and the formula used for the target displacement and the spot displacement is this. Then for the vibration of the target, we take three signals. We are assuming three signals: S1 of 1 Hz, S2 of 22 Hz, S3 is a random signal. Then return S1 plus S2 plus S3 means we are assuming target is rough surface. Then we run it, and now we will do the sampling by putting the sampling frequency maximum of twice of frequency component in the target vibration. Then we run it and enter. Then we will calculate the time axis. Then we will plot the signal amplitude with respect to time, and we saw that we will get the signal with respect to time, and after that we will calculate this FFT with the help of the FFT package. So in the FFT plot, we are observing that the peak is reached at the 1 Hz frequency or 22 Hz frequency, as we have taken that the signal amplitude is 2 of 1 Hz and 3 of 22 Hz. So we will observe the peak on the 1 Hz and 22 Hz. By this we will calculate the dominant frequency. Moving towards the simulation of our developed mobile application, we developed the app in Flutter which will communicate with target device through the Bluetooth and show and plot the data of vibration of target. So move towards the app. First it is our splash part, then we do login for authentication, then we connect the Bluetooth and the list of Bluetooth is showing. Then we connect the target Bluetooth. On our home page there are 3 points. Number 1 is time domain analysis, number 2 is frequency domain analysis, number 3 is calculated parameter. In time domain analysis we will calculate the variation of the signal with respect to time and plot it on the app. In frequency domain analysis we will receive the fast Fourier transform data of the vibration of the signal and plot the FFT signal. In calculated parameter we will show the vibration of the target with maximum displacement and the dominant frequency. So let's start our time domain analysis. We will enter the number of samples which we want to take, then we will enter the sample frequency and select the maximum frequency range. The maximum frequency range can vary from 0 to 1000 Hz. The default value of the samples taken is 2048. The sampling frequency is 2000 and the maximum frequency range is 0 to 1000. Then we will show the data which is going to show it. Here the data is showing with respect to signal amplitude and the time as it is observed in the video and in our app. Then we will plot the data with respect to time and we are observing that the data is plotting with respect to the time and it is in the discrete manner because we are getting the 2048 samples. So for plotting the complete data we plot the data in the various steps by clicking on the next data. So here we are observing that the signal amplitude is changing with respect to time and this signal is equal to the vibration of the target. For frequency domain analysis, we will plot the data of fast Fourier transform with respect to frequency. We will provide the following input, that is number of samples, sampling frequency and maximum frequency range. The user can select the maximum frequency range by drop down button. Then we will send this data to the target device which will calculate the fast Fourier transform and return the values of the fast Fourier transform to our app with the help of Bluetooth. Then we will show the data of the fast Fourier transform, that is absolute value of the fast Fourier transform with respect to frequency, and plot the data of the fast Fourier transform with frequency. We are observing that the frequency spectrum is changing with respect to frequency as the target is vibrating. So we show the data in discrete manner because number of samples receiving is more. Then we will calculate the parameters. We are providing the following input like number of samples, sampling frequency and maximum frequency range. Then we calculate the target displacement value and dominant frequency in our app. So in this way we get all the data from our app.